Hello, YouTube, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Intuitive Edge. This is where I do intuitive tarot. We take current world issues or problems of the day, and I like to take a look at what the tarot has to say to help maybe give insight or wisdom into things that we face. Tonight I would like to look at the upcoming summit with North Korea and the Koreas. In particular, I've got some questions that I've laid out, and I want to take a look at kind of the scenario around the summit that's coming up. So with that, I'm going to shuffle up the cards. So let me move my crystals out of the way here. And I'll shuffle up the cards and we'll get started. So bear with me just for a few moments while I shuffle up. Okay. So now we'll cut the deck. All right. So we're going to look at kind of the past. We're going to look at what's brought this on, what's kind of led this up to now. And we've got the Five of Sea. This indicates moving on from something, having to turn away and move from a difficult place and embrace a brighter future. It's like the image on this card is Five of Sea, and this image is this cat just fell into this pool, and he got out and he's all wet, and he's having to shake that off. So it's about loss and moving on from something, getting over something. But also you've got this horizon over here and the forward looking, like looking to the future. So it's like it's negative in the fact that you're dealing with a loss, but you're moving on. So this is hopeful. The summit is hopeful that they can turn a situation that's not been ideal and embrace a brighter future in that region. Present, we have the Wheel. Okay. So this is card of destiny and karma. And this card tells us that things that are set in motion are in motion, and it's destiny. It's fated to be. And these things are all but impossible to stop in terms of the karma that's behind it. It's like once that gets rolling, that's what's going to play out. So we're dealing with a very powerful force that wants to put this summit together, whether it be fate, destiny, that kind of thing. It's a very powerful force that is behind this. That energy is propelling it forward, and that's what we have in the present. This is representing obstacles. What do we have to... What's in the way? So what issues are in the way or causing obstruction? So what comes to my mind is nuclear deals or disarmament is going to be a hot topic. That could prove to be a sticky point. It might be an issue that causes some to hesitate to want to broker deals. When deals are on the table, there might be some pullback or some hesitancy in wanting to make sure that, okay, so coming from two sides, there's the one side that wants to make sure what's in it for me, how is this going to benefit our side, and the other side is like feeling like but we have to make sure that all of these agreements that we want are adhered to and met. So this is about negotiating and coming together, but I feel like the central core issue is going to be nuclear disarmament, or talk about nuclear capabilities or stockpiles or whatever, missile capability, that kind of thing, is going to be very much still a big issue, okay? And that's the obstacle. Okay. So this card will be what to watch for. So what do we need to kind of be aware of, and what do we need to see and watch for? Now, this card we have, the Four of Sea. This is a card of kind of sadness, giving up on something, walking away from something. So now I'm assuming, it feels like, that this summit is a good thing, that this is progress moving forward. So I'm wondering if this kind of despondent, depressed, sad, wanting to just give up, that there might be a tendency for one side to want to just back out of the deal and give up and walk away. And that's something to watch for. So assuming that this summit is a good thing, which I think it is, we would want to kind of watch for that and maybe pray that that something good can come of this summit that will keep people moving forward, working out their issues, and finding a way that makes everybody feel like they're being heard, and that there's at least some give and take, so that some people can at least feel like they're getting something out of the deal and not having to give up everything to make a deal happen. There has to be some kind of win-win for everybody. So I think the players involved need to be, I guess, judicious and careful in the brokering of this deal that they're making with each side, to avoid a possible back out, or avoid some side wanting to give up and walk away from the deal. Okay, all right. This card represents how Donald Trump sees it. Okay, we have the Fire Tom, also a messenger. Messengers just basically say there's more to this story. This will give us a picture, but know that there's probably circumstances that haven't happened yet, and it kind of is fluid and in motion, depending on what happens in the next, what choices people make might kind of determine how things end up ultimately. So with the Fire Tom, this is an energy of being very diplomatic and cautious and careful, knowing that there's high stakes involved. This is very important. I get the feeling this is very important to Donald Trump. He feels it's strategically important for the United States. And this is a very important deal that we're brokering. There's a lot of volatility involved. A lot of things need to kind of line up, and certain things could. I think he knows that some things could go wrong. And so this is like very much being careful about how you approach things, and making sure that the scenario that I described here doesn't happen. We don't want certain sides to feel like they're not being heard and then just tear the whole thing up and start over. We don't want that to happen. And so, but this feels like Donald Trump is taking this very, very seriously, and it's on his mind a lot, even with everything else going on, all the other things he's involved in and dealing with. This is on his mind. I think this feels like the president it's on his mind in a personal way. Like he's internalizing a lot of it. He's thinking about it when he's alone, when he's with himself, maybe going to bed at night. It's something I think he prays about it. I think it's something he turns for prayer, for guidance. he has his advisors too, but this is something that he's thinking about. It's something that he really wants to see happen, and it feels it very important. Okay. All right, next card. Next card is how North Korea sees it. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So, two Toms here. Interesting. Sky Fire Tom with Trump and Sky Tom with North Korea, Kim Jong Un. Now what we have here is a very aggressive energy. This is a card of the cat. I don't know if you can see in this picture. The cat is reaching for the bird, almost catching it, like very aggressive, going after something that it wants, he wants. And that's the energy that's the approach that North Korea is taking. They want to come in kind of very aggressively, see what is available to them with this summit. How are we going to be able to make this work for us? That's kind of their attitude. They kind of want to see it from their perspective. How does this benefit us? What are we going to be able to take from this summit that's going to help us and help us moving forward? This doesn't feel like a collaborative attitude. This is more like, okay, bottom line, brass tacks, what's in it for me? So very aggressive, and that's kind of the energy that he's coming with. And I think probably I would think that Donald Trump is aware of that. And I'm glad to see the judicious, kind of careful, cautious, and wanting to see good results. Donald Trump obviously knows the art of the deal. He's been down these roads before with people. He knows how to read people. And so with this card, I'm hopeful that he can kind of maybe direct this in a positive way so that people feel heard and feel like they're being understood. Okay, I'm going to have to move my cards up just a little because I'm running out of space on the video. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'll just move that one up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna do next card. Next card is kind of the future. So what does this hold in store for the Koreas, for the area there? This is for the region. Now, we have kind of a sad card. The Five of Earth is a card of things that are at risk. It's a card of caution. It also has a feeling of, well, the cat in this picture, he's out in the snow and he's getting snowed on and he's looking in a window and he sees these other cats in this warm house next to the fire and they're all being cared for, and this one feels left out and he's kind of like, it's a card of being careful with risk, not risking too much. Don't risk your future over something that is this important. And so what I feel with that is that the Koreas are working toward something that is bigger than just one person or one government, or this is something that will be around and lasting for generations. I feel like this summit, what could come out of it could last lifetimes. And what is set in motion here can have a ripple effect down through the ages to come. And this is like, don't risk what the future could be over something that might be just trivial in the now. And I think that's a message maybe for North and South Korea, is to not let an opportunity to pursue something that could have positive impact for future generations. Don't let that slip away if there's just one little issue and people can't seem to, there's like an impasse, okay? So I'm hoping what's coming through is work through the impasse. I feel like there's probably going to be some friction. Work through the impasse. Work through any issues that might be coming in, because what is ahead is much bigger than a little impasse in the now moment. What is ahead is literally going to impact future generations, and we want to leave something for them that is positive and hopeful and gives people of that region a chance to thrive and be prosperous and healthy and happy. Okay. Last card, outcome. So this next card, Ace of C, this is a very positive card, and I like to see this given what we were just talking about, what I was just saying. The Ace of C is a positive card. It embraces the emotional aspect of love and gratitude, and this is a card of positivity in moving forward. I love the imagery on this card when it comes up, because it's got the sea and the ocean moving out, and it's like uncovering things. And I think in this regard, what is being uncovered is a beautiful path forward, and all of the things that you didn't realize that you had at your fingertips are now available to you. And this is a card of taking that momentum and that energy and appreciating and seeing what can we do with this once in a lifetime opportunity to create something beautiful and good. And I think the potential is definitely there. I like seeing this on the outcome position, because that feels whole. It feels like there is definitely potential for something good to come of this summit. And I am appreciative of the insights that came through the cards. I think Donald Trump has a handle on his role, and let's just pray for the people involved, and that everybody will feel heard, and that good will come as a result. Sometimes I look at the bottom card, and I love this card. This is a card of a cat there's a fight back here. And this cat, he's a little beat up, a little scratched on the face. It looks like he's got a chunk out of his ear. And he's got a mad scowl on his face. And he's like, I'm done with this. I'm leaving this situation that was negative, this fight I was in. You know what? I'm just going to walk away. And so that could go several different interpretations with that. The one is, that temptation to want to walk away. But also this card more to me symbolizes walking away from something bad into something better, and having that moral fortitude or that internal knowing that I don't have to struggle. I don't have to be in this constant state of upheaval. I can walk away from this and do something better for myself. So that's kind of how I think the interpretation is on this card. It's a positive. So we'll just hold that for the people of the Koreas in that region, North and South Korea, and the United States, and any other players involved. And everybody just hold that good will come, and it will be so. Okay. All right. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I appreciate you stopping by very much. If you liked it, please leave a like. Subscribe if you like to. No pressure there. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.